Welcome back to Old Charles, the channel where we uncover the hidden stories and real values behind coins from around the world. Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating piece of Philippine history, the 1986 25 Sentimo coin. We'll talk about its history, its collectible value today, and how its condition can drastically affect its worth. So, let's begin. The 1986 Philippines 25 Sentimo coin is not just a small denomination, it carries a big story. This coin belongs to the Flora and Fauna series, which was introduced in the early 1980s and remained in circulation until the mid-1990s. The series was designed to showcase the Philippines' rich biodiversity, replacing the previous Ong Bagong Lipunan series that started in the 1970s. The obverse side of the coin features the portrait of Juan Luna, one of the Philippines' greatest painters and a revolutionary hero who fought for independence. Luna is most famous for his painting Spoliarium, which symbolizes the struggles of the Filipino people. On a reverse side, you'll see the image of the Philippine sunbird, Cinyras jugularis, a tiny but vibrant bird native to the country. Above the bird is the text Republica ng Pilipinas, and the year of minting, in this case, 1986. This design wasn't just about currency, it was about national pride, celebrating both historical figures and natural treasures. The 25 Sentimo coin of 1986 was minted in large quantities because it was a common everyday coin. People used it to buy small items like candies, jeepney fares, or street snacks. However, as inflation grew and the peso lost value in the late 1980s and 1990s, smaller denominations like the 25 Sentimo quickly lost purchasing power. By the early 2000s, they were rarely seen in circulation, and today, they are mostly found in coin collections or old jars hidden in Filipino households. While it's not considered rare in the numismatic sense, it is definitely a nostalgic coin, representing an era of change in the Philippines after the 1986 People Power Revolution. Now, the big question: what is the value of the 1986 Philippines 25 Sentimo coin today in circulated condition? This coin is still very common, so its monetary value is low, usually around 2 to 5 Philippine pesos when sold to bulk buyers or casual collectors. But here's the interesting part: in uncirculated or mint condition, collectors are willing to pay 15 to 30 pesos per coin. In proof or specially preserved sets, the coin can fetch even higher, sometimes up to 50 to 100 pesos, especially if it's part of a complete flora and fauna set. International collectors, especially those outside the Philippines who are fascinated by world coins, may pay slightly more due to shipping costs and rarity in their region. So, while it's not a high-value coin like gold or silver commemoratives, it holds historical and sentimental value, especially for Filipinos who lived through the 1980s. Like all collectible coins, the value of your 1986 25 Sentimo depends heavily on its condition. Let's break it down. If part of an official proof set, these are the most valuable, reaching up to 100 pesos depending on rarity and demand. If you have one lying around, check its condition carefully before deciding whether to keep it or sell it. The 1986 Philippines 25 Sentimo coin may not make you rich, but it's a wonderful reminder of the Philippines' cultural heritage. Featuring Juan Luna and the Philippine sunbird, it represents both history and nature, making it a charming collectible. For everyday collectors, it's affordable and easy to find, but for Filipinos, it holds sentimental value, a reminder of school allowances, jeepney fares, and the simple life of the 1980s. Next time you come across a small coin like this, remember, it's not just about its monetary value, it's about the story it tells. Truly understand the 1986 Philippines 25 Sentimo coin ***. We need to step back in time and explore the history of the Philippines during the mid-1980s. The year 1986 was a turning point in Philippine history. This was the year of the People Power Revolution, also known as the EDSA Revolution, where millions of Filipinos peacefully protested to restore democracy after years of dictatorship under Ferdinand Marcos. Corazon Aquino became the new president, marking a new era of freedom, national pride, and rebuilding. During this period, the Central Bank of the Philippines, known as Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, BSP, was still issuing coins from the Flora and Fauna series. This series had been introduced in 1983, just 3 years before the revolution, and was designed to highlight two important aspects of Philippine identity. 1. National heroes. On the obverse side of these coins, historical figures like Juan Luna, Jose Rizal, and others were featured. The choice of Juan Luna on the 25 Sentimo was deliberate. Luna wasn't just a painter, he was a patriot. His artworks inspired the nationalist movement, and his involvement in the struggle for freedom made him a symbol of resistance and pride. Featuring Luna during the 1980s, a period of political struggle and eventual liberation, was especially meaningful. Point 2. Biodiversity and nature. The reverse side of the coins showcased different plants, animals, and birds native to the Philippines. On the 1986 25 Sentimo coin, we see the Philippine sunbird, Cinyris jugularis, a tiny nectar-feeding bird known for its vibrant plumage and resilience. It was a fitting choice because the sunbird represented the beauty and endurance of the Filipino spirit. Before this series, the Philippines had the Ong Bagong Lipunan coin series *** 1975 to 1982, which carried the slogans of the Marcos regime. By contrast, the Flora and Fauna series felt more cultural and nationalistic, celebrating heroes and nature rather than political propaganda. The 25 Sentimo coin was made of copper-nickel-clad steel, lightweight and practical for daily use. At the time, it had real buying power. Kids could use it for jeepney fares, buy candies, or small goods at sari-sari stores. For many Filipinos, this coin was part of daily life, passing from hand to hand in markets, buses, and classrooms. But as inflation worsened in the late 1980s and early 1990s, the purchasing power of the 25 Sentimo diminished. By the time the improved Flora and Fauna series was introduced in 1991, the coin was still around, but it was slowly being overshadowed by higher denominations like the 1 peso and 5 peso coins. Another important point in the coin's history is that the Flora and Fauna series was part of the Philippines' effort to modernize its coinage. Unlike earlier series, the coins were smaller, lighter, and easier to produce in large numbers. This was the government's way of making currency practical for a growing population and economy. The 1986 25 Sentimo coin, therefore, stands as a historical snapshot. It represents a country in transition, from dictatorship to democracy, from old slogans to true national pride, from a struggling economy to a period of rebuilding. It also reflects the Philippines' deep respect for its heroes and natural treasures, preserving them not just in history books, but in the coins that people touched every day. Today, when you hold this coin, you're not just holding 25 centimos. You're holding a piece of the people power era, a reminder of a nation's resilience, and a symbol of pride in both Filipino heroes and the country's natural beauty. When it comes to coin collecting, the condition of your coin is often more important than the coin itself. The same 1986 25 Sentimo can be worth only a few pesos if it's badly worn, or several times more if it's in pristine condition. Now, if you have an old 25 Sentimo coin and want to preserve it, here are some important tips. Collectors follow condition matters because collectors don't just want any coin, they want the best examples. Two 1986 coins may look the same at first glance, but when one has sharp details and bright luster, it instantly becomes more desirable. Even though the 1986 25 Sentimo coin is common, coins in uncirculated or proof condition are much harder to find, and that's where their collectible value lies. For casual collectors, even worn coins have sentimental worth, but for serious numismatists, the condition is everything.